The local McDonald's paying out big after losing a civil suit for contributing to the deaths of two teens back in February 2012. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Luke Simons. Now to recap what happened that night, two young men and two young women stopped by the Northgate McDonald's on their way home. Denton James Ward was beaten to death in the parking lot after going inside to use the restroom. Ward's friends and girlfriend tried to rush him to the hospital when they got in a car accident that killed his girlfriend, Lauren Bailey Crisp. The plaintiffs in this case argued that if McDonald's had heightened security, both of these deaths could have been prevented. Jenny Walsh has our top story tonight. And Jenny, it's clear the jury agreed that McDonald's was in the wrong.
That's right, Luke. It took the jury about 4 hours to decide that McDonald's contributed to the deaths of Ward and Crisp, and that the fast food giant owes the families $27 million. McDonald's argued this was a case about choices and not security issues, and that if the teens weren't drinking that night, their deaths could have been prevented. But trial counsel for the plaintiffs in this case argued that the teens' deaths could have been prevented if McDonald's had extra security at the, quote, hotspot for 911 calls, and that if the chain did have police officers on scene that night, it would have prevented Ward's death and the wreck that happened when his friends tried to drive him to the hospital. The lead trial counsel for the plaintiff says his clients are relieved.
They've been waiting for years for this to happen, with McDonald's denying any responsibility, blaming the kids. We're very pleased to finally get this in front of a jury and to have a group of people in the community hear all of the evidence and agree that McDonald's needs to clean up their act and accept responsibility for the deaths of these two kids.
Now, testimony started last Tuesday and closing arguments were this morning after McDonald's called only one witness to the stand. So again, Luke, the families of these teens are very happy with today's decision as it gives them some sense of closure after the past couple years.